Hey, everybody, I'm back. Joel Goldberg alongside of Casey Wright virtually, but we're in the same town now, so we're getting a little closer. But I'm in my house. You're at your office. I thought this month we would talk about one of my favorite topics. I think it applies to every profession. It really applies to yours. It really applies to mine. The ability to read the room. We hear people talk about that a lot, and not everybody's great at it. I know in my world, if I want these athletes to talk to me, my odds go up if I understand when the right and the wrong time is. In your world, you network every single day. How important is reading the room?
It's huge. I think for guys like you and I, it's natural. Sometimes there's things that come to me just innately that I think are natural for everyone, and it isn't always. It's gotten harder when we're reading the room virtually like this sometimes, but there's all sorts of body cues that you can look at and understand. And at the end of the day, it's all about listening. I think we're both talkers. We talk a lot. People got to shut us up every once in a while, but I also think we're pretty good at listening. And, they say the best salespeople, which let's face it, we're all selling something. We're networking, we're selling ourselves, we're selling a product, or we're selling what we do. The best ones are listening, are good listeners. And that's something that I think people take for granted sometimes.
And it's different for everybody. And I understand that some people are introverted, some people are extroverted, some people are comfortable, some people aren't. But just really, you talked about little cues. Body language to me is everything. I hear Rex Hudler all the time talk about body language being I forget how he says it. He says it over and over again, the premium language of baseball or something like that. But it's really true with everything, because even if you go to a networking event, right? I mean, you're better at this than me. You're comfortable of walking up to anybody, but I'm sure that you're looking at their body language and if it's the right time or not.
Yeah, I've been told several times by different people that I quickly gravitate to the person most unlike me in a room. And I don't know why that is. I've been like that since I was a little kid, but I do love that. There's plenty of people that I can talk to that have tons of similarities to me. And we're going to talk about the same topics, sports and travel and this and that. But I love seeing somebody that I'm like, what the heck's their story? There's something that's making them a little bit different. There's a million different factors, but I quickly go up to them because a lot of times they're the last person to be approached because everyone else is approaching those most similar to themselves. That's their comfort zone. I like getting outside of my comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, for me, certainly at a baseball setting, in a clubhouse or on the field, it's very easy to notice, is a guy look busy or distracted or not? If they're not, then it's very simple to walk up and say, hey, do you got a second? If they are, you then have to make a determination, and this is true anytime you're face-to-face with someone or in the same room. Do they look like they would be receptive to this right now? And if the answer is no, to me, then you have to say, how important is this? And if it is very important, I really need to talk to this person right now. It's my only chance to get to them. Then I think it has to start with, excuse me, you look like you're busy. Acknowledge that. Do you have a moment, or what's a good time? I don't know how you go about that.
Well, in my business, has changed a lot. When I first got into recruiting, all you did was call people all day long on their work phones. Now, if you call somebody on their work phone without a heads up or putting it on their calendar, more often than not, you're going to piss them off, to be honest. So although there's still plenty of cold calling that goes on in different sales jobs, it's knowing when people are going to be the easiest to approach. I text people all the time now. If I would have done that early on in my career, I probably would have gotten fired for it. Yep. But quick text, hey, are you free right now? Can I give you a quick call? More often than not, they're going to have their guard down more when you've already, planted the seed that you're going to reach out to them than just blindsiding them and calling them. I'll tell you myself, like, I almost never answer calls anymore if I don't know who it's coming from. We get calls nonstop, and it interrupts the flow of the day. I'm happy to talk to anybody, but let's just get it on the calendar so that we know we can have some time blocked off and I can give you my undivided attention.
Yeah, do it on their terms and your terms for that matter too, and make sure that it's comfortable. If you do that, they will keep on coming back. I like the texting in advance, or if it's it's the younger generation, if it's Gen Z, send them an Instagram message or a Snapchat, whatever it is, because we all go a little bit differently. But if you are Gen X, younger Gen X, and down and younger, cold calls for the most part aren't happening right now because we're inundated with so much spam that it's just easier not to have to pick up the phone. It's really important. It's subtle, but it's the type of things, final thought, Casey, that really could be the difference maker in getting a job or not, right?
No, absolutely. Absolutely. It brings up the thought of ringing the doorbell. How often when you were a kid did the doorbell ring and you got excited, you jumped up to go see who it is? Now if the doorbell rings, it's like, all right, what package did my wife buy? Or who the heck's here without letting me know? I mean, you don't ring the doorbell when you come into my house, but you text me and let me know before you're coming in. So
I just let myself in. And by the way, you buy some of those packages too.
yeah, a couple. Just sneakers.
Just some good J's.
That's
All right. Don't forget, everybody, read the room. He's Casey Wright. I'm Joel Goldberg. We'll see you next month.
Thanks, guys.